I've only just finished watching that game and I'm actually still shaking after that second half. Like, I've got tremors. I'm nervous. I felt nervous watching that second half, people. Felt nervous, but, I need to calm down, really, but, I had this horrible gut feeling it'd end up like last week where West Ham had that 3-1 lead at half time and then blew it. It had that written all over it today, but West Ham beat Wolves 3-2 and we're in the top 4. So, all's well that ends well as far as I'm concerned. It has just finished. Wolves 2, West Ham 3 at Molineux. That was not good for my blood pressure. That was not good for my mental state, that game. They'd say supporting West Ham is not good for you. And this club puts you through all the emotions. It couldn't be any truer tonight. Supporting West Ham ain't for the faint-hearted. Because even though when you're cruising, you have that feeling that you're going to blow it somehow. And that could have so easily happened. In fact, it was likely to happen in that second half. But no, West Ham hold out for a 3-2 win over Wolves. And I might have to take a minute, actually, just to compose myself because I've been shaking all that second half and I felt like being sick. My head's drained, my mouth's dry, I've got tremors in my legs, and I'm not even overreacting. I've got shakes. Give me a minute and I'll come and record the team lineups in a bit. Okay, now that all that's done and I'm feeling a lot better, let me go into the starting 11. Big news was that Declan Rice is injured for 4 to 6 weeks with a knee injury. He wasn't playing, so Mark Noble was back in the midfield and as captain. The difference this time is that Mark Noble wasn't playing as a number 10, he was back in his natural midfield role. Fornals came into the team as well, and seeing Masuaku back was absolutely fantastic because we have missed him so much. Not only because of his skill, but we play a different system when Masuaku's there, and it works. It's something that Moyes has moulded around Masuaku and something that Masuaku can fit into. So even though Ben Rama was benched and Rice wasn't playing, that was still a pretty good starting 11. Wolves had a few injury problems. Jimenez is injured, as we know. Johnny's tore his MCL and ACL. Bowley wasn't playing, and that's just to name a few. So West Ham had a really big chance to get one over Wolves here because of Wolves' injury list. Only 6 minutes into the game when West Ham took the lead, and such a beautiful solo goal from Jesse Lingard. Yes, Wolves helped him out a bit here because they left him so wide open and he had all the freedom of the world to run into the space, going from one half of the field to the other. But Michail Antonio gets some credit in this goal as well because he did something off the ball to give Lingard the time to shoot. As Lingard was running towards the box, Antonio cuts in to the actual area and forces 2 Wolves defenders to get on him. Lingard then has the time to compose himself, take his shot and put it past Rui Patricio. And it's 1-0 to West Ham after just 6 minutes. That's Jesse Lingard's 6th goal in a West Ham shirt. The amount of love I've got for that man right now is unreal. I absolutely love watching Jesse Lingard play for West Ham. He's bossing it for us. And that goal that he scored to open the scoring today was sublime. Even if Wolves gave him a lot of time and space. It's the way it was a solo effort. And those are very hard to pull off. Before you knew it, it was 2-0 to West Ham. Masuaku gets a lot of credit on this goal because Wolves try to clear the ball away and kick it long downfield. Masuaku does really well to read the ball, win it back, and then play it. He plays into Pablo Fornals, who strikes it low. Patricio's got no real chance of ever getting his fingertips on it even. It's 2-0 to West Ham. It's looking pretty comfortable at this point. Although, you know what happened with the Arsenal game. Don't need to remind you all too much, but that was in the back of my mind. What if West Ham blow this again? I know 2-0 lead's great, but what if West Ham blow this again? Because it would be the most typical West Ham thing to do that. Go back-to-back games of blowing a massive lead. But at the time I was thinking, yeah, great. Pablo Fornals, scored on his return. Masuaku's made an impact on his return. And actually, both fullbacks got assists, because Sofal assisted Jesse Lingard's goal, and then Masuaku assisted Fornals. So both fullbacks did a job there and got themselves assists. Chance for Wolves came when Daniel Podence headed the ball onto the crossbar, and bit of a nervy moment there. Wolves started to get into the box a little bit more, but West Ham just kept getting the ball back, and when they got the ball back, it was mainly Lingard and Fornals who were linking up well in that midfield to go in the opposite direction. Although Mark Noble was doing pretty well too. He was solid defensively, back in his natural central midfielder position. So Noble had a good first half as well, as did the rest of our midfielders. Unfortunately, Michail Antonio had to go off because of his hamstring, and David Moyes has confirmed that he felt his hamstring again. Everyone seems to see this, apart from Moyes, that Antonio's not really going to last long if he's got hamstrings like an elastic band. So Antonio had to go off and Jarrod Bowen came on. Jarrod Bowen's time to shine. He scored twice against Wolves at the start of the season. Scored again in this game with his first touch of the ball. Jesse Lingard gets an assist on this. Jarrod Bowen's being closed down quite tightly, but he manages to take his shot. It clinks off a little bit off the post when it goes into the net, and it's 3-0 to West Ham. And you would think game over at this point, right? Well, no. You'd be wrong to think that. Another bit of nerves came when Lucas Fabianski had to deny Willian Jose from close range, and Pedro Neto blasted what seemed to be a certain goal over the bar. Well, wide. But Wolves managed to make a chance count. This is bad defending, in all honesty, and it's missed opportunities defensively. Adama Traore likes to have a field day when he plays West Ham. So he's running with the ball. It's coming down the flank, coming down that channel. Noble tries to slide tackle in to get the ball away, completely misses. Traore sees nothing but open space in front of him, goes into that, crosses. Liana Dendoncker gets his head on the ball and puts it into the net. It's 3-1. It was 3-1 last week, wasn't it, at half-time when West Ham played Arsenal? And what happened there? Finished 3-3. It had that kind of vibe to it. And it would have meant that Moyes had a different half-time team talk, I would have imagined. You know, offensively strong performance, strong midfield performance, but defensively bad. Diop and Dawson, again, were struggling in this game. Diop needs to learn not to be as clumsy and to actually get onto the ball. Take that risk to get the ball. Another thing that worried me a bit was Cresswell was getting exploited by Pedro Neto. And Cresswell seemed to let Neto do that. Cresswell reverted back to his 2019-20 self where he let players run past him. This time it was Neto coming past. Another thing I would have done at half-time, although I would have kept the team the same at half-time, I would have been tempted, maybe, to put on Fredericks for Sofal, because Fredericks could cope with Traore's pace a bit more. But either way, Sofal was having a solid game, and it was 3-1 to West Ham at half-time. Wolves brought Fabio Silva on to start the second half, and Wolves did have the ball in the box again. West Ham took a little while to start attacking, but they did have the ball in the net. Bowen put in a low cross. Souček won it back after Patricio saved it, and it deflected into Souček's path, and he put it in the net, but the whistle went right away. Quick VAR check revealed that Souček had handballed, and it was disallowed. And I was hoping that wouldn't come back to haunt us, and, well, spoiler alert, it didn't, but at the time I was thinking, oh, here we go. This is going to bite us. You know how this game's panning out. Wolves were energetic in that second half. Wolves were at it. Neto, again, abusing Cresswell. You know, getting revenge for Asda being leading competitor. Only joking. Neto just taking advantage of Cresswell the whole time. No one was closing any Wolves players down. Particularly defence. Bad. Every Wolves player was allowed to run at least 50 yards because of Diop and Dawson not defending and because of space. It's no wonder that Ben Johnson had to end up coming on. Wolves were going all at it. You could tell that. And lo and behold, what happened? They didn't equalise. They pulled another goal back. The defending in this was just shocking. Yeah, Fabianski could have done a bit better, but defence was shocking. Again, it's the same people, our centre-backs. Not good enough from them. Leaving space open If Ogbonna were in this team, he would not let that happen. He would stay grounded and stop those balls from being played out wide. We need Ogbonna back in this team, and as soon as he's fit, he's straight back in there, and Diop is out. Because Diop was to blame for this goal partly. Fabio Silva's got loads and loads of room and time and space to fire it into the net. It's 3-2, and at this point, my heart starts racing, my chest tightens, and I'm starting to panic a bit. I'm really nervous at this point, because I can see West Ham throwing it away. Saïd Benrahma came on, Pablo Fornals came off, good substitution, I think. Last 10 minutes were not good for my blood pressure, and that's been the case a lot of times this season, especially when West Ham have been in a winning position. I mean, you have to go back to the Aston Villa game. You have to go back to the Fulham game at home, and even this game as well. Not good for me at all. West Ham held out, thankfully, and got the 3-2 win. And that's all I care about. I don't care how we win, as long as we win. We're in the top 4 now at the start of April. Never would have believed it at the start of the season if that happened. West Ham got big 3 points tonight, and it wasn't pretty. And there's a lot of things that need to be addressed, and a lot of lessons need to be learnt. But hey, 4th in the table is nothing to be sniffed at. It's good. And I'm fine with it. Honestly, well, I'm not fine with it. I'm really happy with it. Although maybe not overly happy with the performance. But, it's a win, is what I'm trying to say. It's a win. Today, I think a lot of players really stepped up to the mark. Mark Noble had a really good game. I thought he was solid in leadership. He was solid in keeping things together. Jesse Lingard, goal and assist. Of course, plaudits go to him too. Fornals had a goal, so he gets some credit. I think that we can rely on Bowen to play in place of Antonio, and we can do it with some confidence. Bowen's got a goal tonight. That's not too much of a thing to fret about. I thought Souček had a decent game. Ben Johnson, when he came on, actually did pretty well. Ben Johnson had a bad game a few weeks ago. He was struggling a little bit. I can't remember who it was against exactly, but he was struggling in that game. But today he was all right. I thought Ben Johnson did really well when he came on in that game. And yeah, he was good. Overall, it's a good win for West Ham, and I'm happy. And all I care about is the win. I don't care that it was ugly. Thank you very much for watching this episode of The Aftermath. If you liked the video, hit the like button and don't forget to subscribe for more content. I'm going to be doing Off the Press this week, and I'll also be giving the preview for next Sunday, this coming Sunday's game against Leicester City. A chance for West Ham to close the gap on 3rd place, if you think about it that way. Thank you very much for watching. I hope you all had a really great Easter. Take care, and I'll see you all soon.